Are you ready to elevate your listening experience with powerful and immersive sound? Join us as we explore the best stereo amplifiers of 2025. We'll compare features like power output, sound quality, connectivity options, and design to help you find the perfect amplifier to drive your speakers and bring your music to life. Get ready to experience audiophile-grade sound that will transform your home entertainment system. Number 5. Naim XS3. This is the third-generation installment of a model first introduced in 2008. The XS3 adds a moving magnet phono stage and better responsiveness, and that's about it. If that sounds negative, it shouldn't. The XS3 is a killer stereo amp, having earned a well-deserved 5 stars and multiple What Hi-Fi awards for its trouble. Why? Attention. 2. Detail. Open it up and you'll see what we mean. There's immaculately assembled audio circuitry, with fantastic care shown in reducing the degrading effect of outside interference and unwanted interactions between components, down to the way the connecting wiring is shaped and the exact number and placement of the tie clips used to hold it in place. Such engineering care shines through the Nate's performance. The sound is much crisper and more agile than its forebear. It might not be enough of a difference to justify upgrading from its predecessor, but it still makes for an awesome amp nonetheless. There's a combination of insight, dynamic subtlety and rhythmic drive that's hard to better at this level, with energy on tap and a good degree of refinement when required. The new phono stage proves a worthy addition, too. While phono circuits integrated into stereo amplifiers aren't always of great quality, the one in the XS3 bucks that trend. Our in-house reviews team described its detailed and punchy performance that brims with energy and interest, to quote our Nate XS3 review. Ultimately, the Nate XS3 delivers the music with emotional impact intact, and that's all anyone could ever ask of it. Number 4. Ria LX MK4. The successor to the multi-award-winning Ria LXR, one of our favorite amplifiers of the last decade, is thankfully far from a disappointing sequel. Revealing and faithful, it's sonically capable in ways far beyond our expectations at this mid-tier price point. The elegant, confident way it delivers music is very rare at this level. As our expert reviews team noted in our LX MK4 review, we struggle to focus on particular strands or frequencies to critique, and instead are content listening to track after track and marveling at how the Ria turns its hand to every song. It simply doesn't impose itself on the music. That's a huge accomplishment in its own right. At this price, it's the most entertaining amplifier we've heard, lively, full-bodied and with tip-top timing that truly underpins rhythms. The addition of digital inputs, at last, and a headphone port is a great step in the right direction, too, particularly given their good quality, giving customers more flexibility in how they listen to this terrific amp. If you take the time to partner it carefully, we'd avoid any bright or forward-sounding kit as a rule, pairing it with speakers with more richness to the tone, like the KEF LS50 Meta or Wharfdale Linton, will give the sound more body and weight. This stereo amplifier will work wonders. If you can stretch your budget further, Riga's Illicit 5 Malawian Kwachas is a similar but superior sounding proposition that will set you back a bit more, a great and slightly more affordable alternative to the Naim Nate XS3 below. Number 3. Arkham A5. Arkham's once dominant presence in the affordable stereo component market definitely waned in recent years, leaving the likes of Cambridge Audio, Morance and Ria to take bigger pieces of the pie. Cambridge Audio's CX-A61 sat in this very spot on this list for many years, in fact. That it no longer does tells you a lot about how good Arkham's new A5 is. Like its next level up A15 sibling, at the top of this list, the A5 is a stonkingly good stereo amp for the money. It may be the most affordable amplifier in the all-new radio range, yet it perfectly encapsulates what the company is trying to do. To our eyes, this is a fresh and modern-looking product, and to our ears, it is just as attractive. An amplifier at this price point is as likely to be partnered with budget kit as it is more premium offerings, so it has to be forgiving enough not to emphasize the shortcomings of more limited partnering equipment, yet still have the insight and transparency to make the most of more capable partners. As our reviews team was pleased to report, the A5 manages this balancing act superbly. It has a sweet nature that while full-bodied and smooth never airs far enough to rob the life from the music, reads our A5 review. It's controlled and remains composed even when the music gets dense, and lows are pleasingly well-defined, authoritative and agile. Turntable owners will be pleased to read that the phono stage is a good one, clear and expressive, while the DAC stage feeding the coaxial and optical inputs is of similar satisfying quality. Partner the Arkham with suitably capable sources and speakers, and it will invariably deliver musical and enjoyable results. It has been many years since we've heard such a convincing stereo amplifier from Arkham. If you are thinking of buying at this level, this one has to go at the top of your shortlist. Number 2. Morance PM6007. The Morance PM6007 takes the winning formula of the Morance PM6006 UK edition, a former What Hi-Fi Award winner, and manages to squeeze even more performance out of it. The result, another What Hi-Fi Award winner. Let's get the negatives out of the way first, though. There's no USB input or Bluetooth connectivity, which some users might demand. That aside, however, the PM6007 is pretty much faultless. It boasts trademark Morance styling and is a solidly built. As our expert reviewers noted in our PM6007 review, it has a well-constructed, well-finished chassis that, while perhaps too densely populated with dials for some minimalist tastes, offers traditional hi-fi appeal. Improvements include a new DAC and new filters, which can be switched between when you're using the amp's digital inputs, plus new components in the power amp and phono stages. The latter also gets upgraded circuitry. The results speak for themselves. While the PM6007's vocal delivery doesn't feel as rock-solid and grounded as its predecessors, to quote our review, everything else has moved forward, there's greater clarity, texture, precision and rhythmic punch. The sound is recognizably smooth, full-bodied and balanced, with a pleasing spaciousness, making it another quality hi-fi amplifier from Morance that should please most people and systems. There aren't many alternatives around this price point that we can heartily recommend, but the high-performing Mission 778X at £549/$549/1099 Australian dollars is one to consider if you want Bluetooth and a USB, or simply value retro aesthetics and or a half-width chassis. If you're looking for an even cheaper option than either, however, we would point you to the 5-star Riga IO and Cambridge Audio AXA35, which are both brilliant, my first amplifier options. Number 1. Arkham A15. Previous Arkham efforts have always looked tidy, but the British brand's new Radia range, with the all-black finish and subtle yellow accents, looks sleek and modern. Of course, the best part of the Arkham amplifier makeover doesn't concern aesthetics. The middle sitter in a range of 3, the A15 has this powerful, precise and poised character regardless of the input chosen. Arkham was one of the pioneers of outboard digital-to-analog converters back in the 80s, and that experience shines through in the performance of the A15's digital section, our in-house reviewers note in our A15 review. It is crisp, insightful and engaging. We are also impressed by the scale of the sound. Stereo imaging is expansive, stable and nicely layered, we wrote, as well as how it handles music's savage dynamics. There is no shortage of punch and power, but this is no muscle-bound thug. The A15 is insightful and subtle, able to track multitudes of instrumental strands with skill. Once we had heard how good Arkham's entry-level A5, below, sounded, we were a little worried for the A15, but we needn't have been. It is clearly better than its talented sibling, delivering a sound of greater clarity, scale and precision that justifies its extra price tag and represents a logical step up. Better yet, there's a moving magnet phono stage built in, which is something its closest rival, the Cambridge Audio CXA81, formerly found in this very spot, doesn't offer. and nor does its brand new replacement, the CX-A81 MKII. The new, and old, Cambridge model does reply with a USB input, though, so if that's important to you then consider it a recommendable alternative. Otherwise, make sure you give the A15 a listen if it falls within your budget. We haven't heard a better sounding alternative for the money. You will find all the links of these products in the description below. Comment below and tell us which stereo amplifiers you were considering. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and share with your friends, and if you are new to the channel then subscribe and hit the bell icon for future updates.